They told her she didn't belong. The words hit like a fist, echoing through the packed auditorium as the security guards loomed over Amara Jackson, their faces cold and unyielding. She stood tall, her crimson gown a beacon of defiance, her diploma clutched tightly in her hand, a symbol of years of sacrifice. The crowd's murmurs grew louder, a mix of confusion and outrage, as the guards demanded she leave her own graduation. "You're causing a disturbance," one barked, his voice dripping with disdain. Amara's heart pounded, but her eyes burned with resolve. She wasn't just fighting for herself. She was fighting for every dream that had ever been dismissed because of skin color. The air in the room felt suffocating, thick with the weight of injustice. Amara, a 28-year-old single mother who had clawed her way through night classes and double shifts to earn her degree, had anticipated celebration, not confrontation. She'd arrived early, her son Malik beaming in the front row, his small hands clapping louder than anyone else's. But now, the guards, two burly men in cheap black suits, stood inches from her, their accusations rooted in a vague complaint about her behavior. She'd done nothing wrong, unless pride was a crime. The real reason hung unspoken in the air. Her presence, bold and black, seemed to unsettle someone in power. Whispers rippled through the audience. A few graduates shifted uncomfortably in their seats, while others glared at the guards, fists clenched. Malik's wide eyes locked onto his mother, his small frame trembling with fear. Amara's voice cut through the tension, steady but fierce. "I earned my place here," she said. "You don't get to erase that." The lead guard scoffed, stepping closer, his hand hovering near his radio. "Leave now, or we'll escort you out." The threat landed like a spark in dry grass, igniting murmurs into shouts. A white-haired professor stood, her voice shaking with anger. "This is outrageous," she cried. But the guards ignored her, their focus locked on Amara. Then the double doors at the back of the hall swung open with a thud. Silence fell like a guillotine. 6 men, broad-shouldered and clad in crisp Navy SEAL uniforms, strode into the room, their boots echoing in unison. Their presence was a force, commanding attention without a single word. The leader, a tall man with a weathered face and piercing eyes, scanned the scene. His name was Commander James Holt, and he carried the weight of a man who'd seen too much but never backed down. The other 5 SEALs flanked him, their expressions unreadable yet resolute, a brotherhood forged in fire. The crowd parted as they approached, their steps deliberate, their unity a silent rebuke to the guards' aggression. Amara's breath caught as she recognized Holt. He'd been her late brother's commanding officer, a man who'd promised to honor his memory. Her brother, Marcus, had died in service, his sacrifice one of the reasons Amara had pushed so hard to finish her degree. She hadn't known Holt would be here, but now, his presence felt like fate. Holt stopped a few feet from the guards, his voice low but sharp enough to cut steel. "What's the problem here?" The lead guard faltered, his bravado crumbling under Holt's gaze. "She's disrupting the event," he stammered. Holt's eyes narrowed. "Disrupting? By standing on a stage she earned the right to stand on." He turned to Amara, his voice softening. "Miss Jackson, you're not going anywhere." The other SEALs stepped forward, forming a protective arc around her. Each man was a testament to discipline and honor, their presence amplifying the absurdity of the guards' actions. The crowd erupted in applause, some standing, others shouting support. Malik ran from his seat, throwing his arms around his mother's waist. Amara knelt, hugging him tightly, tears brimming but not falling. She wouldn't give the guards the satisfaction. Holt turned to the audience, his voice carrying a quiet authority. "This woman graduated with honors. She's a mother, a sister, a fighter. If anyone thinks she doesn't belong, they can answer to us." The guards exchanged uneasy glances, their authority evaporating. The event's organizer, a flustered administrator, hurried forward, muttering apologies. A misunderstanding, he claimed, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Someone yelled, "Shame on you," and the chant spread. Amara felt the weight of the moment shift. This wasn't just about her Anna Maria, it was about every person who'd been told they weren't enough, who'd been judged by the color of their skin instead of the content of their character. She stepped forward, her voice clear and unbroken. "This degree is for my son, for my brother, for everyone who's been pushed down but kept standing." The crowd roared, their cheers a tidal wave of solidarity. The guards slunk away, their radios silent. The SEALs remained, standing vigil as Amara crossed the stage to accept her diploma again this time, with the crowd's deafening support. Holt leaned in, his voice barely above a whisper. Marcus would be proud. Amara nodded, her heart full, knowing this moment wasn't just a victory, but a promise. No one would silence her again. As the ceremony continued, the energy in the room had changed. Strangers hugged, graduates high-fived, and Malik's smile lit up the auditorium. The wooden signpost, scrawled with "Injustice at Graduation Exposed," stood as a quiet witness to the truth. Amara's story wasn't just hers, it was a call to stand taller, to fight harder, to remind the world that justice isn't given, it's demanded. And in that room, with 6 SEALs and a roaring crowd behind her, Amara Jackson claimed it. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.